everyone, welcome back to my channel So Little Time, and my name is Karen. So a very happy belated new year to you all. I'm really sorry that I had a small gap from filming again. It wasn't intentional. We didn't have the best start to the year ourselves, just purely because Harry ended up getting COVID again for the second time in 2 months. I didn't realise you could catch it that quickly again, to be honest. So yeah, that was quite a shock. So he'd only been back at school a week and then I had him at home again, but he was quite poorly with it this time. So yeah, that wasn't very nice for him. Although by the end of the week he was feeling much better, so we were just staying in and playing games and things like that. So I'm in a different location today because it's beautiful weather outside. I'm in our conservatory, so you may hear the ceiling cracking a little bit when the heat gets on it. It just sort of makes a lot of noise, but it's just really nice to sit in this room when the sun is out. So I just wanted to chat with you today then about my plans moving forwards for 2022, and also just want to do a quick recap on my favourite 10 makes from last year. And I also did a make 9 list last year, which I didn't actually share with you because I kind of knew that I was going to fail at it, to be honest. So I've decided to go ahead and do that this year. So a lot of those patterns that were on my list are duplicated for this year. So I'm hoping that I will finally get those done. This is going to be the year for it, that's for sure. I've also had quite a busy January, so I've been quite productive in getting a few makes done. So I'm hoping to pick up again my monthly makes, or to share my makes with you on a much more regular basis, because actually the last time I did a makes video was May last year, so I have really slipped on that. So I just want to get back into the swing of things and share on a more regular basis with you. So to kick off then with what I'm wearing, it is a new make, and this is a sneak peek for you actually, because this hasn't gone live on the Felicity Fabrics blog yet, because it is for them. They gifted me this fabric in return for a blog post and some photos, so I haven't got around to doing that as yet, but it is a pattern that I've used before. It's McCalls M7061. And I made this version in the past here. I have made exactly the same version again, but this time I straightened out the hem. As you can see, this has got a curved hem, and I've just straightened it so it's more A-line. I didn't want it going up at the sides there, because this one I wanted to be able to wear out and about. It's a really lovely fabric. It's a fleece back jersey. As you can see, it's got this lovely fleecy back here, so it's really snuggly and warm. And if I stand back, you'll see it's got the kangaroo pocket on it. And if I stand up on this chair, you'll see that I've just straightened off the hem, so it's A-line. So really, really pleased with how this has turned out. And as soon as I finished sewing it, it was straight on me, and I haven't taken it off for the last few days. It's been so comfy and cozy to wear, especially as it's so cold at the moment. So really pleased with that, but I will be doing a full review on this pattern, and I will be sharing obviously the blog on the Felicity Fabrics website very soon. So with regards to what I want to refer back to from last year, I've just got some lists here, so excuse me if I look down quite a bit. I feel a little bit out of touch of doing vlogs, to be honest. So let's go into my make 9 list. So what I'm going to do is put pictures on the screen of the patterns that I'm hoping to make up. So I'm just going to get my list here. I'm using my notebook, which I've got the cover on, which I made last year. So first of all, I would really, really like to make the Sew Over It Chloe coat. So I'll insert that photo. And I've been meaning to make this up now for well over 2 years. Now, I went to Sew Brum, again, well over 2 years ago, and I bought some gorgeous teal boiled wool. And I have shared that on previous vlogs because I've been intending to make this coat for quite a while. And I am definitely going to get that done this year for sure. And I will be toiling that coat pattern, as I also have some fabric lined up for it for the toile as well, because I just want to check to get the fit right, because I've also got the workshop via the Sew Over It website. I think I bought it in the sale quite a while ago, so I'd like to refer to that to make sure I get the fit right. I think you have to measure your shoulders and all that kind of thing. And I've never really made an involved coat, really, not for myself anyway, that's for sure. So that's the first one that I'd like to get done. And then I'd like to make the Sew Over It Betty dress, and that's another Sew Over It pattern. And it's a really nice 50s sort of style dress, which has got a really full skirt and a nice fitted bodice, which is sort of the kind of dress that I really like. So I think you could also put a petticoat underneath the skirt to make it really quite full. And I have got some lovely wax print to use for that. And again, I bought that when I went to Sew Brum a good 2 years or so ago. And I think I have shared that as well on a vlog. So the next one I'd like to sew up is the Lara Sana Truffle Raincoat, and I would really like to make myself a new raincoat. I've got a sea salt one which I've had for quite a number of years, so in actual fact I think I had it before Harry was born, so that's how long I've had it, and he's 8 now, 9 this year, so I think it's about time I had a new coat, especially actually I was wearing it in the playground and one of the poppers popped off. So I think I'm about due a new coat. So I'm going to be making that one, and that's going to be a lined raincoat. So I want to use like slippy lining for the sleeves, and then perhaps a little bit more of a jazzy fabric for the inside, or maybe I might keep it plain actually, because the outside fabric I actually have already got, and it's I can't remember the name of it, but I'll see if I can find a picture of it and insert a photo. It's got like these ladies on with sunglasses on, so it's quite a bold print, but I'm really excited to get that one made up. So I'm going to do that, I think, over the next couple of months actually. I'm hoping to do that one because I think, when you get into sort of like April time, you get April showers, I'd like to have a raincoat that's not too sort of warm. Then the next thing I would like to make from that list is the Pauline Alice Turia dungarees, and I really like this style of dungaree because I think they are slightly more fitted than your, say, like Heyday dungarees and that kind of thing. And I actually had a kit from Guthrie & Garney, again well over a year ago, haven't even washed the fabric, and it was a navy twill. And I really like the look of those, so I would like to get those done. I'm thinking probably I'll do that around the summertime, to be honest. Then I would like to make the Tilly and the Buttons olive pinafore, which is out of, I think it's her 3rd book, Make It Simple, if I'm right. Again, I'll insert a photo. It's a really nice sort of pinafore, and a sort of different style of pinafore to any other pinafore that I've made before. As you know, I really do like a pinafore dress. So yeah, I'd like to do that one. And then I've got some fabric lined up for the next one, which is the Love Notions Constellation hoodie. So it's basically like a sweater hoodie kind of top, but it's got a zip which only goes sort of midway down. So that'd be something new for me to try, installing a zip into a jersey fabric. And I have some fabric lined up for that as well. So I think that'd just be a really nice sort of top to wear if you're on holiday, and it's not, if you're in the UK and it's not the warmest, it's nice to throw on when you're on the beach and that kind of thing. The next pattern is another Tilly pattern. It's the Tilly and the Buttons Fifi pyjamas. Now I've had this pattern again for so long and I've never made it, and I think it's purely because I'm not confident with wearing things without a bra, but because this is pyjamas, I'm just going to be wearing it to bed, and I would just like to give this pattern a go because I think it would be dead simple to make, and it doesn't look like it takes that much fabric either, but I think it's just the fact that I would feel a bit free in it that it's put me off making it, but I just think I just need to overcome that and just do it. Then the next one is a Tilly and the Buttons Francois dress. Now this pattern has been out for quite a long time and I've had the pattern for ages and ages. So I'd like to make that, as it's a really nice sort of A-line shaped 60s style dress right up my street. I probably will lengthen it because I'm pretty sure that will turn up quite short on me. But I just like the style of it really. It's a nice 60s style, which I really like the A-line shaped dresses, as you know. So I'd like to get that one done purely because I've had that pattern for so long. So I think it's about time that I made it up. And also the next one is another Tilly pattern, and that's the Martha dress, which is another really nice shaped dress, and it's very sort of fit and flare. I think it's got a slight raised sort of collar on it. I just think that would be a really nice sort of dress to wear out for parties, meals, that kind of thing. And again, I've had that pattern for a long time. So it's about time I've got those done. So that is my make 9 for this year. So I'm hoping to tick those off. And I'm hoping to kind of sporadically do them throughout the year, so I get them done every other month. So I'm hoping to be able to tick them off that way. The way I'm planning my makes this year is just to make more of a concerted effort to make things I've already got. So I'm trying not to buy too many new patterns, although that is really hard because I always get sort of sidetracked and seeing new ones being brought out, and when everybody else starts making them, it's really hard not to want to do it yourself. But I'm certainly not buying any more fabric because I've got more than enough in my stash, so I do need to make a big dent in that this year. Now, I've also got my big box of unfinished objects, or UFOs, I don't know, work in progresses if you want to call them that, and there are a few in there that I want to do over the next few months as well. So I have managed to finish a couple of makes out of there, recently, so that's quite nice. So I just want to make sure that I do start ticking those off, because I want to get to a point where I'm just working on one project at a time. Don't like having all these ones sort of festering away there. Okay, so now I will share with you my favourite 10 makes from 2021. In total, I think I made 34 items, garments that is, for myself and others. So it was really hard to choose like my top 5, so I decided to choose my top 10, and I've written those down somewhere. So I will share those with you. So I'm going to insert photos as I go through them. So they're not really in any particular order. I think I just picked them off as I saw them like on my Instagram feed. So basically the first ones that I felt really proud of was the Pixie Pea coats, which I made for James and Thomas, and I did make those in January last year, and that's by Twig and Tail. And I really like this pattern. It was such a nice make, and I used some lovely soft shell fabric, and I just felt that they look so cute in those jackets. The jacket actually does come oversized in a way, so they try and do it so that you can have 2 years use out of it, but I think I made the size which was specific for their age at the time. And I'd probably say now they're probably getting on the small side a little bit, and they're not really reaching for them anymore. They do have a couple of other coats, and they're not reaching for the ones I made anymore, which is a bit of a shame because I was so proud of that make, but they did look so cute in them, and I really did enjoy the process of making those coats. And they are fully lined, so I feel like I've got a little bit of a head start with hopefully lining a coat for myself, you know, and knowing the process of it all. So that was the first thing. The second make I've written down is the Poppy Pinafore, which is by Jane from the Dressmaker's Closet. I did a pattern test initially, and I made a size which was slightly too big for me, so then I made another version for the summer, and I have to say I wore those so much, and I still am wearing the one that is a little bit oversized during the autumn winter, and that has been in high rotation. I need to actually make another one, to be honest. The next thing I wrote down was the long line jacket, which was by So Different, and I absolutely love this jacket. I think it's probably one of the proudest makes that I made last year. The fabric was absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely sort of jacquard fabric, and I did it for a blog post for Bobbins and Buttons. And it was just such a lovely pattern, really straightforward. It's got raglan sleeves, so it was really, really easy to make. And I will tell you something about that jacket a little bit later on in the video, which I'm really excited to share with you. But yeah, that was a really nice one, and I made the cocoa dress to wear underneath it, which was in this lovely royal blue colour. So next up is the Sagebrush top by the Friday Pattern Company, and I did this in collaboration with Angela from Devon Threadtails. So we sewed that over a few Zoom sessions, and we've done a full video review all about it, and I absolutely love that top. I really do want to make some more because I've been wearing it so much. It's so comfortable, and I think it's really versatile. You know, it's really quite dressy, but also casual enough to wear with jeans. I just really like that top, and it was a really nice make. Next one was my Millie dress by Bobbins and Buttons, and I made a beautiful floral version for the summer, and I've just finished my denim version, which I will be sharing with you in a makes video very soon. So I really like the shape of that dress. The construction again was really nice, and I just found the fit was really good, and I graded over 2 sizes to fit my body shape. It was just, yeah, a really nice sew, and I just really found that I wore that ever such a lot during the summer. Next one was the Marlowe sweater. It was a really nice cropped cardigan sweater. I made the smallest size because I didn't want to close it, so I didn't put any sort of buttons or poppers or anything on it, and I just wore it over a sundress on a day when it was a little bit chilly. So the ones I have made are in some lovely soft sweat fabric, and it's got like a fleecy back, but it's very sort of similar weight to Pontoroma. But it was just a really nice make, a really quick, speedy make, and it doesn't take up that much fabric either, especially as I colour blocked mine. So yeah, I managed to get 2 Marlows out of the same fabric. And I would like to make some more in a plain colour to go with sort of my other items, really. Next up is the Lucida dress, again another Friday Pattern Company pattern, and this is a really flattering dress. It's again a really quick make. It does come up really, really short, so I did lengthen mine by a good 4 inches on the skirt, just so it fell around my knees. And it's just really nice, flattering sort of bust line area where you pull it with some drawstrings that you've put into the bust area, and it gives a nice ruched effect. It's just a really flattering shape, and it's one that you can make in all sorts of different fabrics, jersey fabrics that is, where you get sort of a different look. So I made one in a lovely velvet fabric or velour fabric that I did for Minerva. And then I made one from a cotton jersey, which was for Felicity Fabrics. And I wore that ever such a lot throughout the summer, whereas my velour one is more of like an evening one, I suppose, to go out for. But yeah, really, really enjoyed making that pattern. I'm pretty sure I'll make some more in the future. The next one was actually the Nor wrap dress, which was a free pattern from the fabricstore.com website, and I'll link that below. I did that for the Frugal Frock challenge that took place last year, and that will be going ahead again this year, and that was organised by Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam from Frugalissima. And they are doing it again this year, but they are actually opening up so you can basically make a free pattern in any style of garment. So I think that's amazing, and they're just putting all the details together for that right now. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you do want to take part. But that dress that I made, I absolutely love it. It's a really sort of 50s style sort of dress, and it's a full wrap dress, so it wraps around you and you can cinch it in. And I really did like that dress last year. I wore it quite a lot in the summer, and I got lots and lots of compliments with that because the fabric is quite bold, being in a cerise pink. Next one up is the Darling Rangers dress, and that's by Megan Nielsen. First time I've ever made a Megan Nielsen pattern before, but I really liked the construction of this dress, although I had a little bit of an issue with the neckline, with it not being quite the right size on me. I had to make a slight alteration to the shoulders. It was such a lovely dress to sew up, and I've been meaning to make that for such a long time, and I really like the fabric that I used as well, and there is a full sort of review on that on the Felicity Fabrics website, so that was a blog post for them. Yeah, really did enjoy that, so I'm glad I've made that, and I would like to make another one and make it sleeveless for the summer perhaps. So lastly then, number 10 is Forget Me Not Patterns April dress. This was a new release, I believe, last year, and I actually won a free pattern from them of my choice, and I think that was off the back of the Frugal Frocks challenge, if I recall. I think I was picked at random as a winner for that challenge, and I picked the April dress. And it's a really pretty dress where you can have colour blocking if you like, and there are two different style options as well, whereas I went for the straight A-line sort of version, and I used two of the same fabrics but in different colourways, and that again was for a blog post for Felicity Fabrics, and I really like how that dress has turned out. I did just add a popper at the back on that, which has since come off, so I'm going to add some ties and just have a bow at the back. So that was my top 10 favourite makes from 2021. I hope you like my choice, but it was quite hard to choose because over all of those makes that I did make last year, I have found that I have been wearing them all, and you know, they're all really nice patterns that I feel that I made last year, so yeah, that was quite hard to choose. So this year then, I'm going to be, like I say, trying to keep on top of sharing with you my makes and plans as I go along. So I'm going to have another video uploaded soon of my January makes, and I'm going to upload a February plans video, so I feel like I'm getting myself organised. But I have had a couple of giveaway wins on Instagram recently, so I'm really lucky to win 2 giveaways within 1 week. The first one was from Rosie at Rosie Sews Modern Vintage. She did a giveaway because she'd reached 2,000 people following her, and within the giveaway there was some lovely cotton jersey fabric, which is this lovely pink colour, and these little hearts all over it. I think there's about 1 metre there, so I think I'm going to make the sew over it Audrey top with it, because I've got quite a lot of jersey fabrics at 1 metre, which I always make the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top, but I think it's time for a change, and I've made the sew over it Audrey top once before, but I'd like to make this version with the bow, I think, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to squeeze that out of this metre. I was going to use it for the new Tilly and the Buttons pearl cardigan, but I don't think this has got enough weight behind it. I think that calls for a little bit more of a thicker jersey style fabric, so I'm going to use that for the Audrey. And then another fabric that I recently won, which was from Tabitha's house, and I've only recently come across that fabric shop, and they're based in Leicestershire, which I wasn't really aware of before, which was really nice because obviously that's local to me. They do just have an online shop, I believe, so it's not like an official haberdashery shop, but I do think she does sewing classes or workshops. So anyway, I'll link all the details in the description box below for you so you can have a look at her fabric shop. But I chose 2 meters of this gorgeous French terry fabric, and I really like the colours in this. I think it's really sort of my colour, and I'm hoping to make with this the Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress, but what I'd like to do is not have the collar, and I'd like it just like a round neck, I suppose, a little bit more like the Billy sweatshirt by Tilly and the Buttons. So I'm just going to adapt it so I can just sort of have a round neck, so I can wear it sort of in the spring and not feel too hot with that collar around me. But I really do like the shape of the South Bank sweater dress because it nips in at the waist a little bit, and the pattern that I've traced off, I've graded over 2 sizes, and I've just managed to get it to sort of fit to my shape quite nicely. So I really do like this fabric, and I'm just excited to get that sewn up into that that sweater dress. I mean, I could make it into this, but because this has got the hood, I just thought, yeah, I'll go with a more of a plain option. And yeah, it's just nice to have something a little bit different, because the other 2 South Bank sweaters that I've got are both quite plain, although I've embellished one with some silver stars, I think, and then I've got a plain teal one, which in actual fact I feel is too plain, so that's another plan that I've got in the future. I'm going to embellish it with something because I feel it needs something on it. It's too plain, whereas this obviously has got the design on it already. So I have actually recently bought the new Tilly and the Buttons pearl pattern, and I really like that cardigan. I think it's just such a lovely style. You can wear it with high-waisted skirts, jeans, and also wear over dresses as well because it's cropped enough. And I had some fabric that a friend gifted me last year actually. I'm not sure what fabric it is, but I'll show you. It's really fun fabric. It's got these gorgeous spots all over it. They're not raised or anything, but it's like a sort of crepey style jersey. So it's got enough body, I believe, to hold the shape of that cardigan, and it's got enough stretch as well. So you can see it's got enough stretch because I think that pattern calls for 25% stretch. So there's more than enough, and I've got quite a lot of fabric here. So I'm hoping that I might be able to make the Tilly and the Buttons cocoa dress as well, because I just think that would make a really nice cocoa dress out of this fabric. So I'm hoping I can get that out and the pearl cardigan. So we shall see how we go. But yes, I don't usually buy a pattern straight away, but as soon as I saw that, I thought, yes, really do want to make that. And I'm really into making some jersey items at the moment. I went through a phase last year of not really wanting to make anything jersey, and I did quite a lot of woven, but I've just feel like I've got a lack of warm, cozy things in my wardrobe at the minute. So that's everything that I really wanted to share with you today. Oh, actually, there's one more thing, or 2 more things actually, but one I can physically show you. I have been doing a little bit of crochet. I did obviously quite a lot of crochet over Christmas, where I was doing those chocolate orange covers, and I also did those little sprouts, and they were received really well. So I have got requests for other people who want those, so I'm going to make some more. And then Thomas, he actually said that he didn't have enough cuddly toys compared to Harry and James. So I used up some of my wool that I had in my stash, and I made up another pattern from one of my crochet magazines that I get, and this is Mittens the cat, although he looks very fox-like. But I really do like how it's turned out. And I just used wool that I already had, so I think in the magazine it was a pink and purple one, so I've just used yellow, white and grey, and I made his tail stripy as well and gave him this lovely purple bow tie because Thomas loves purple. I think it's his favourite colour, and he is over the moon with him, and I think he's really nice actually, because if you remember last year I made them some crochet bears. They're now looking a little bit worse for wear. They start going really fluffy after a while. So yeah, I really like him, and I just did his little nose with some wool as well. So really pleased with him. And then my best friend who lives in Gloucester, she's been going through a bit of a tough time at the moment, so I decided to make a crochet bee for her, and I sent it through the post recently, so I don't have it here to show you, but I'll insert a picture of what the bee looked like. And that's a really nice pattern, and I'll link in the details below the pattern for that because I bought that off an Etsy shop. But yeah, that she really did like that, receiving that through the post, and I hope it cheered her up. So that's just a few crochet things that I've been making recently. I also recently bought, which is actually off the back of watching Claire Who Makes Things. If you've not come across her YouTube channel, please do go and check her out. She's got a lovely YouTube channel where she shares all sorts of crafts, you know, sewing, crochet, knitting, everything really. And she inspired me to buy the Lunar Lapping book, and I got this in the sale, which was from the Works shop, which is just like a sort of stationery craft type of shop that we have here in the UK. And this was only £2.50, so I bought that because I would really like to have a go at making the rabbit. Now, earlier last year, I made a little Susie doll for my niece who turned 13. Now, her sister is going to be turning 13 next year in January, so I thought I might do Lunar Lapping, because I think those sorts of animals, they're very heirloom type sort of gifts, aren't they? You know, you can keep them and pass them on. And I would really like to have a go, and Claire's inspired me certainly to have a go at making that. I don't know if I could get away with making one for myself. My husband's not keen on cuddly toys and that kind of stuff, so if he saw it on the bed, he'd probably lop it off, you know. But I might just sneak one in at some point and put it somewhere. But yeah, I'm going to have a go at doing that. So I bought that recently, and that was just nice. I like to have a book to flick through at Christmas time, or, you know, a new book or magazine or something craft-wise. So when you're having a bit of downtime, it's nice to have a flick through. And it's a really nice book because it's got a little story behind Lunar Lapping, which actually means moon rabbit, when you look through what the story says. Yes, that was really nice. So I think that is everything really that I wanted to share with you. So it's been a bit all over the place. I'm a little bit out of touch, but it's really nice to be back, and I will be sharing my January makes with you very soon. I'm also going to be doing my collaboration with Angela from Devon Threadtails, as I've now completely finished my Wilder gown, and so we're going to be putting a video together sharing our makes for that. And I'm going to then obviously move forwards with my February plans, and I will be putting together a makes video from all the makes that I didn't share since May last year. But I'm not going to do it in one massive video because I think it'd be too big. I'm going to put it over 2 videos and like split them into types of garments. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Or I'm going to do it where I sort of video snippets of when I'm wearing them and then put all those pieces of videos together and show it that way. I'll just see what works best really. But yeah, if you've tuned in today, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your likes, comments and subscribers over the last year, or since you've been watching me. I do really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And I hope to continue with a bit of a better plan on getting on your screens this year. So take care everybody, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye. Right, so quickly back again. Sorry, I forgot to share with you my really exciting news. I can't believe I forgot. So basically, the long line jacket that I made for So Different, or by So Different, I was contacted by Laura, who is the designer and owner of that company, and she basically asked me if I would like to attend the catwalk show that is taking place at the Stitch Festival in London, like the Makers Catwalk for her designs. And so she'd asked me if I would like to showcase my jacket on the catwalk. And I was just absolutely blown away to be asked. I'm really excited and obviously very nervous about it as well. But of course I've said yes. So I'm going to be attending the Stitch Festival show in London on the 5th of March. And I'll be on the catwalk, you know, basically sharing my make with whoever is watching. So I'm so excited to go along to that. My mum and dad are coming along with me, and so is my friend who lives down the road, who is also a sewist, and I'm just so excited to share that with everybody. And I just overwhelmed with being asked really. It's such a lovely thing to be asked, and an opportunity that probably won't come around again, so I had to jump at the chance, and I'm going to be really excited to share that with everybody. And I absolutely love that jacket, so I will be flaunting my stuff on the catwalk. How exciting. So I just really quickly wanted to share that with you all. Just over the moon. So thank you ever so much. Catch you later. Bye.